Hey everybody, welcome back to Secret Squirrel Games. I'm running an hour late today. I understand, I get it, it happens. But thanks for tuning in nonetheless. We're back with New World. You can hear that noise, that from all the corruption nodes and stuff like that. Somebody must be out there taking them down like as soon as they stand up. As soon as, I don't know if I'm not showing them on my map for some reason. Oh, we're doing that freaking thing with the pointer again. If they're just not appearing on my map, or if every time they appear, somebody goes and just wipes them out, you know, really quickly. But I keep hearing that going on and off. I mean, I just logged into the game and it's just gone like several times already. And so I don't know what's going on with it. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. In the meantime, though, let me make sure I have my faction. I think I do. I think I just checked on the map and saw them. Yeah. See, you keep hearing it again. There it is. Cool. I'll give me another one of these. Beep 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 beep. Got that out of the way. Diamond gypsum. Thank you very much. Very good. Because one of the things that they're going to do on the PTR notes, which is the public test realm, by the way, which a lot of the things that they do on the PTR, they then that becomes the next patch, basically. And they just patched the PTR yesterday, last night, whatever it was, and then within next week or so, or whatever, that'll probably go live, the things that are on the public test realm. And one of the things that they've been doing, or that they just did in the patch last night to the PTR, that may be coming next week, is the ability to not have a cooldown with regards to your ability to craft orbs with gypsum. That is going to, the ones that improve your expertise and all that stuff, where you can go to a gypsum kiln and you can take your gypsum and turn it into orbs, and then turn the gypsum orbs into a bump up for your life staff or your chest piece or whatever it is. And those were on you could only do once a day type of cooldown, you know, where you could only convert a particular ore or particular gypsum type, like diamond, for example, or emerald or whatever, into an orb once a day. And then you could also only buy one life staff, you know, orb or whatever once a day. So those were on a 24-hour cooldown. Those are not on. They're not going to be after the next patch and stuff like that. What's going on, big game? New crossout update, huh? Yeah? Is it anything groundbreaking? There's something special about it? And don't get me wrong, I'm not against crossout. I mean, crossout's a fun game. I played it for a long time. I just haven't gone back to it for a while. Essentially, ever since they instituted the cross crowns, I was like, eh. Yeah, they did have, or they have had, and they still have right now, because it hasn't gone live in the next patch yet, a cooldown for some of the things. And we still have cooldowns for some things. But like, in fact, I can show you right here. Phoenix Wave right here. I can craft in 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 24 seconds, 23 seconds, 22 seconds, things like that. Because you can only do that up to 10 of them per day, once per day. So, yeah, we do have that. Absolutely do have that in this game. But, you know, what are you going to do? Come on. You want to kick in? There you go, the other side. Let me see. Did I get new gems? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like I got any new gems at all since yesterday. So, that sucks. Got a lot of uncut gems sitting here. Alright. Oh yeah, nothing new. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's not that I'm against Crossout or anything. I just haven't played it in a while. I haven't been in the Crossout mood really in a while anyway, so put those in. These 29 fibers. Which, I mean, here, I'll just put them in there. I'll definitely put that in there. Actually, let's just put all of these. I don't need the water right now, I don't think. But before I get rid of it, here, let me go ahead and just use one of these. Put that in there. Put that brilliant onyx in there. Jeez. So I got what, 1,500 here, 3,500. I'm at 5,000. And what's in Everfall? Oh, none. Really? I would have thought that I had some in Everfall. Alright. Well, I should put some in Everfall. That's for sure. Last Battle Pass ends in 2 days. Can't tell you lost anything important or useful. That's the way I was getting to feel about them anyway. It seemed like an obvious cash grab. What's going on, Gore? It seemed like Crossout was doing when they instituted cross crowns as like the middleman, and then everything else had to be bought through cross crowns. It seemed like a cash grab, and then when they reduced, and I talked about this when it first started, and that's right as I was about to leave the game, basically, or for a while, since then. Excuse me, is they instituted these cross crowns. You have to buy cross crowns, and then you buy things with cross crowns. So that's just a cash grab, because the direct correlation isn't always there, and it enabled them to adjust prices on things, essentially, by confusing the issue through a middleman. So you now paid more for the same or less stuff than you got before, especially considering that they reduced the duration of the battle passes. You paid the same amount, and they said, oh, we're just reducing the duration, but you still get the same value and rewards out of them, or whatever. Maybe in the stuff that they give you for free, but your ability to continue every day for a longer period of time in the previous battle passes than the more recent battle passes enabled you to continue to get coins more and more and more and more because it lasted longer. And so as long as you can get to the completion of the base battle pass portion of daily or of the challenges pretty quickly, then everything from there on out was just coins for you, and it would last longer because the battle pass lasted longer. Now the battle pass, the seasonal event, is shorter. Therefore, even if you get to the end of the content, and even if that base content part equals the base content part from the previous battle passes, the duration after is much shorter after you're done with that base content part. So your ability to continue to earn extra coins is diminished. Thereby, if you were a daily player, like I was, and you were constantly doing your daily challenges and constantly trying to get those extra coins, then the newer Battle Pass system gave you less reward for the same price than the older Battle Pass system did. They can spin it however they want. The numbers don't lie, So, if you're a daily player. Now, if you're just a casual player, okay, whatever, then may not have affected you, if you weren't somebody who grinded out those challenges all the time and you were just playing for fun, it may not have really affected you that much. You're just having your fun, whatever, you're doing your thing, getting a little bit of rewards for it, maybe completing the basic rewards of the battle pass events that are scheduled up to level whatever. I think it was level 50 now. It used to be level 75. Then if you were happy with that, then you're happy with that. That's fine. But if you're somebody who was doing it on an everyday basis, and you were trying to accomplish getting those additional coins, like that's what I got. That's what it came down to for me, anyway. Honestly, if I'm being honest, really, each time I looked at a battle pass, I looked at what items did I get for free. I didn't care about the decor items, and I certainly did not care about all the decorations for your test track, your test area. That didn't mean anything to me. The only thing that mattered to me was basically weapons and parts that affected the building of the vehicle. Give me, what did I get for free? What value were those items? And by free, I'm talking after having paid for the battle pass, of course. So what came with that is what I'm saying. And then how much opportunity for more coins after that was my next question. And that's what determined to me the value of the battle pass. The moment you diminish that, the moment you make it shorter and you say, okay, you have less opportunity of making continual coins, but you're still paying the same price. Well, to me, that translated into I get less for the same price. I'm paying the same price for just less rewards, period. So you've just nerfed the value of the battle pass to me. Other people might be happy with it still or whatever, but I was like, that kind of put a sour taste in my mouth, and I was like, you know what? That's okay. Now's a good time to take a break from Crossout then, if I find that I'm missing the game and want to come back to Crossout just to play, then fine. I can obviously do that. But it just, it didn't equate, like I said, to a positive thought process or impression on the new Battle Pass system on the after they made those modifications. It equated to me going, that kind of thing. I don't know about Crossout Mobile. I've never played Crossout Mobile. But yeah, that's exactly what Cross Crowns are. By instituting a middleman currency, an intermediary currency, it allows them to... two things. It allows them two things. It allowed them to conceal a price increase for the things in game that you could have bought before with just regular coins that now you have to buy with cross crowns or whatever, or that you don't get coins directly. You get cross crowns and then convert them to coins. It allowed them to conceal a price increase of items. Okay, and then two, it also allowed them to get free dead money, basically free money from dead cross crowns from players. And what I mean by that is, okay, you used to be able to buy this bottle of water for 100 coins. Okay, well, and you could buy 100 coins specifically in the shop. You could just go, I'm going to buy that 100 coins, and then I'm going to buy that bottle of water. Therefore, my $5 or whatever, my dollar, I'll just say $1. $1 equal to 100 coins, let's say. And 100 coins equals a bottle of water. That's fine. You already have an intermediary, right? Well, now, $1 equals 150 cross crowns that you have to, that's the lowest you can buy in the cross crowns, 150. And this bottle of water is going to cost you 100 crowns or whatever it is, 100 coins, and the cross crowns, it's going to cost you 100 cross crowns to get 100 coins, let's say. Okay, so basically what I've done by instituting this intermediary is I now have to buy more cross crowns and have a dead 50 cross crowns just sitting there after I've spent my 100 cross crowns to get 100 coins in order to get the bottle of water, or whatever it is, or take the coins part out of it. I used to just be able to buy a bottle of water for freaking $1. Now cross crowns, now it's 100 cross crowns to get the bottle of water, but I can't just buy 100 cross crowns. I have to buy 150 cross crowns in order to have 100 so I can buy a bottle of water. Well, what about those extra 50 cross crowns? That's money I didn't need to spend, if all I wanted was the bottle of water. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. That's all. I've never played Subnautica. And I agree. And we talked about this before, too. I know Gore and I talked about it before as well. There comes a point in Crossout, especially if they don't institute... They have to change it up and institute new weapons and new things like that on a pretty regular basis. Otherwise, there becomes certain stock builds. Now, they may look different, but essentially when broken down, they're the same build, and it becomes, well, this is the OP build, and therefore now everybody just plays that. Or it might be 2 or 3 particular OP builds, but then that's it. Once everybody strives for that meta build is to get those particular parts, and then they only play 2 or 3 different cards, and that's all you see then in all the matches is those 2 or 3 cars, basically. But I mean, they may look different, but stat-wise, it's this weapon, this cooler, this, whatever, and that's the maximized. That's the OP build, and then that's it. And so I get what you're saying. Everyone runs shotgun and melee and PvP. Yeah, because that's what works. And so there you go. There's no real variety, ultimately. It may look a little different, of course, because everybody's going to design their car a little bit different. But ultimately, you're going to come across these OP builds, and everybody's just going to play that, because there's not a whole lot of strategy in Crossout, really. You don't have the time. It's a rush in. It's Call of Duty versus what I would like it to be more like not the more recent Battlefields, but like Battlefield 2. I would love it to be Battlefield 2, where there's actual strategy, where you had tasks to do things, and you wanted a mix in your party. You want a long range, shooter. You want a close-up guy. You want a, something that adds some kind of buffs to the team. Things like it's a party, like it's a D&D party or something like that, where you have your healer and your wizard and your barbarian and your rogue and things like that. It would be cool if they could find a way to make those kind of roles in vehicle mode, though. Like you have, okay, I'm the stealth guy. I'm going to go in and achieve the goal of stealing something that we need to steal inside the target area or something like that, or whatever it is. Okay, I'm the long range sniper. Boom, 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 whatever. Whether it be rockets or a main gun thing or whatever it is, and then your PvE could really be cool. It could be really cool because you could actually have tasks and have missions that had more, that weren't all just basically the same. We were just run in and destroy all the cars and move to the next objective and do the same thing, and defend against wave after wave of the same things, so I don't know. I think they could do stuff like that, but I don't know. But there's a lot I think they could do. We've had lengthy discussions about all these ways that they could make that game a lot better. It doesn't surprise me that there's a mobile version, though, because it's simplistic enough that it could easily be a mobile game, And that's fine. I'm not poo-pooing on the game if that's what they want to be. If they just want to be a simplistic game and not develop it further, then okay. That just doesn't mean that it's going to attract me to come back and play all the time. It might be something I still play casually, but it's not something I'm necessarily, at least right now, in the mindset to play on a regular basis anymore. I mean, I did that for a good long time, and it wasn't much of a thinking man's game. Not that this necessarily is all the time either, but or other games. There are plenty of other games that are fun also that aren't really much of a thinking man's game necessarily, but yeah, you know, you mix and match. You just mix it up some, play other things, that kind of thing. I think more depth would be nice for cross-out, but who am I to say? I don't know. I would enjoy it more if it had some more depth. Boo. Let me lighten my load a little bit here. 3,500, 177. I could put... let's just put 50 pounds. Whatever. It's fine. That helps. And then... yeah, actually, oh yeah, let me check and see if there's something over here I could do. I'm not doing those. Drop the water, drop. Feel the beat. Drop. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. What up? And when I'm on the mic, the suckers run. Word. Ancient Aliens on History Channel. The ancient aliens were idiots? Those stupid aliens from long ago. They were morons. Nothing like the aliens of today. Moronic aliens of ancient times. Toga wearing aliens. The hell? The hell did they know back then? The old aliens of olden times. Give me that weird wood. I'm getting it. I'm gonna get it. Better knock it off. Give me this weird wood. Don't even come bother me, wolf. Oh yeah, that's what these shows do. It's funny, my girlfriend, I don't know, she's always been kind of a little bit fascinated by the whole Bigfoot concept and all this kind of stuff. So she would watch it. Oh God, it cracks me up. She would want to watch Finding Bigfoot, right? So we would watch Finding Bigfoot, and I always laugh, and I still laugh. It's basically a meme in our house, you know, where I always talk about it, but every episode's the same. Every episode's the same. We're going to the forests near Mount St. Helens in Washington. You know, the Pacific Northwest has everything a Bigfoot would need. It's got food. It's got, you know, obviously abundant water supplies. It's got all the things a big Sasquatch would need, right, to survive. Of course, every place does. It doesn't matter where they are. They could say downtown LA, you know, or whatever. It has everything a Sasquatch would need, so this is a natural place for Sasquatches to want to live. And then they would go, and we're going to hold a town hall meeting, and we're going to talk to all the people, you know, who've witnessed the, you know, Bigfoot sightings, who had Sasquatch sightings in the area, you know, and they're all going to basically tell the same story. I was driving along and I saw this thing jump out of the woods and it ran across the road in front of me and blah, blah, blah. And they give the same basic description. And funny thing, not surprising, with the exception of just a couple of places, almost everybody in any of these town hall meetings is white. Is white. It doesn't matter where they are in the country, almost everybody white. You know, they're the only ones apparently spotting Bigfoot, is white people. Now, there were a couple of places where it was Native Americans, or like in Louisiana, they had a couple of people in their town hall meetings that were black, but for the most part, like 99.99% of Bigfoot sightings are by white people, you know, and so they talk to them, and it is hilarious. And then they, of course, and then every episode they do the same thing. We're gonna find the good places to go, you know, find these Bigfoot, you know, these Sasquatch, where the sightings are and all this kind of stuff. And then we're gonna, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to go for an overnight and go out into the woods, do some calls, and all this kind of stuff or whatever. Oh man, did I just miss it? Ah, fuck. It's already here. I missed it. I think I can get back up though. And they're gonna do some calls. They're gonna do what they call tree knocks, and tree knocks are gonna be, you know, them hitting a tree literally with like a bat, and then they're gonna run around and they're gonna and they're gonna use the thermal, and they're not gonna see anything other than some questionable thermal activity, where they're gonna go, oh, I saw something, but I couldn't tell for sure, and all this kind of stuff, and then you know, I'm pretty sure there's a Bigfoot in these woods and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And they're going to say, yeah, all of our, you know, experiments and everything have indicated there's definitely Bigfoot activity in this area and all this stuff. And then at the end, they're going to say, yeah, I'm satisfied that there's definitely Bigfoot in this area. They clearly live here. We clearly heard or saw something or whatever it was. Which, of course, is never high resolution or anything like that. It's never something that they verify. And then they're going to go, all right, well, that's it for here. Let's move on to the next place, you know. And then they go to the next place, and the next week, right? The next week we're going to be in such and such area. And I always ask, I'm like, why? Why are you going somewhere else? The show is called Finding Bigfoot, right? You feel very certain that there's one in this particular woods or whatever it is. Why are you now abandoning that area and going to the next one? It's not finding Bigfoot. It's looking for Bigfoot. That's all. That's what the show is. They don't want to find Bigfoot, because if they found Bigfoot, their show's over. There's nothing left. Mystery solved. And they don't want that. That's their paycheck. It's just looking for Bigfoot. So it cracks me up. And all the shows are the same. They're all... first off, they only have maybe 20 minutes of material, really, for an hour show. Because they spend the first 5 minutes setting the scene. You know, they spend like the little town hall meeting, and then they go check out a couple things. But in between each of those things, and they're overnight in the woods or whatever, and then leaving. In between each of those things, they always have a coming up after the commercial break. You know, coming up, and they'll show a minute of scenes, a minute and a half of what's going to be after the commercial break. And then as soon as the commercial break gets over with, and they come back to the show, they're going to recap everything that's happened so far up to the show for the first 3 minutes after the commercial break. So it's a lot of just repetition. That's the formula for these shows. They fill an hour, which an hour is only like 44 minutes or something like that, or something like, because usually a half hour is around 22 to 24 minutes of actual content of the show, and then the rest is commercials. So an hour's about twice that. And so much of it is recap. You know, it's crazy. It is such a tremendous waste of time, honestly, but it's hilarious too at the same time. It's pretty funny. So every place they go, bottom line, they are certain that there are Sasquatch living there. You know? But they never actually see Sasquatch there. And they immediately leave. The moment that they've indicated why they feel certain that there's Sasquatch there, they leave. They go, we're certain it's here, but you know, we don't actually want to find it. So we're gonna move all the way across the country on our next show. It's so freaking ridiculous. It's hilarious. And people just, nobody questions that shit. Everybody just goes along with it. Yeah, that's good. Oh, absolutely. You can definitely sum it up in one sentence. I could definitely sum up all the Finding Bigfoot episodes really easily. They went to such and such place, and they didn't find Bigfoot. And then next sentence, they went to such and such, and they didn't find Bigfoot. Every single one of them, same thing. They went here and didn't find Bigfoot. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's really not. I checked. I looked that up. I Googled rocket science, and this isn't it. See, now you had to die. Oh, because you had to be that way. The, what, the new Twilight Zone? The one with, Jordan Peele? Is that what you're talking about? Because I haven't seen any of the new episodes of the Twilight Zone. Now, I used to watch the Twilight Zone when I was a kid with Rod Serling. I got in my way. What you got for me? Where'd that turkey run to over here? Oh, missed him. Where'd there he is. Blip. Alright, let's see if you got eggs. Any of you guys. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the new ones with Jordan Peele. That sucks if it sucks, because, I mean, Jordan Peele's fine. Whatever, I don't have a problem with Jordan Peele. He's funny. I love Key and Peele. It's funny. But it sucks if it sucks just because, you know, you would want the new Twilight Zone to not suck. That's all. Because it's the Twilight Zone, and the Twilight Zone is pretty cool. Or was always pretty cool, growing up at least. It was always cool to me. It was scary when I was a little kid, you know, watching the Twilight Zone. Yeah, that was scary. Especially the, or, you know, it was really scary actually back then was, The Outer Limits. Oh, and Night Gallery. That was another show like that. Yeah. Ah, it's fine. It's not, I probably wouldn't bother with it or whatever. But appreciate it anyway. I mean, it's good to know that it sucked. It sucks to know that it sucked, but whatever. It's good to know that it sucked. Just so I know not to bother with it, really. Yeah. Yeah, when I was a kid, the first Twilight Zone I ever watched was Nightmare at 30,000 Feet with, with William Shatner on the plane. And then, of course, they used that episode in the Twilight Zone, the movie, too. With, I think, John Lithgow, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's a little weird. But, I mean, I can buy that. Squid. They can be evil. Squids are smart. And they're not fucking around. If it's time to take over the world, they put their game face on. Really? You came over and aggroed me from just jumping down like that from that far away? That was weird. I mean, that's what you get, but, you know, whatever. Okay. Appreciate it. Take care, man. I mean, as much as I'd like to go ahead and pick up all the silver and everything, which I will do if that guy doesn't get it, I'm gonna go ahead and just come on back here and get the important things. I like this star metal. Now, moving on. Cool, an egg and a poultry thigh. Very good. Alright. So he's in here. Get this gold. It's fine, he can have those couple of silver things. Oh, what do I have in here? Chests? Okay. I don't know if he got knocked off. I guess he did. What ofs? Now I see if I'll see if he missed. See, I didn't know if he got these. Oh, there's nobody in here. They already cleared this one, huh? Okay. Yeah, might as well. Whatever. Oh, hold on a second. Ah, now I'm good. It's fine. Boom. Come on. Oh, shit. There we go. I'm done here, right? Yeah, okay. Cool. Smoke that turkey. Smoked turkey sounds delicious. Bow. Oh, I could use the corruption. Whatever, kitty. You'll get yours in a second. Ooh. 2 of these. Damn. Alright, cut down on a little bit of the number of enemies. I lose track of the aiming reticle a lot in this game. Yeah, apparently I'm not having these things display on my screen. Alright. Well, we got that resolved. Doobie-doobie-doo. I think I still have stones to make? Bricks, blocks, whatever. Let me go ahead and get some stones so I can do that. And that helps me get a little bit more Azoth as well, the mining thing. So that always helps. And then I'll see if either the silver or platinum that is over here is still actually here. If it's in play. Sometimes it is. And it looks like the platinum is. Beautiful. I think a lot of people don't realize this is even here. Or wouldn't be in play very often. The silver, whatever. It might be less interesting to a lot of folks, but... Platinum, I mean, this is the... That's the... precious metal equivalent of orichalcum. I mean, not really, because you can use orichalcum and get a higher gear score in jewelry than if you used platinum, but I'm just saying from the perspective of iron versus star metal versus orichalcum, it's the third tier up. It's silver versus gold versus platinum. Did it. I have way a lot of stone right now, but that's fine. If nothing else, it'll help my stone cutting skill progress. We'll see how many bricks or blocks or whatever I need. Scratch up burrow. No, I'm not doing that, that's for sure. I can do 50 iron ingots, that's not a problem.
My blade, my life. Choose your next contribution to our cause.
Not doing that. Doing those. Okay, we're good. I know I have. Damn it. Thought I needed... Do I not need stone anymore? Huh, I thought I did. Oh well. And might as well do something with it anyway. I guess I don't need it. Or it would show up here. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not bothering with that. But what I will do is come over here. I do need iron ingots. I know that. Look at that. I mean, a lot of silver. Let me make platinum first. Then I'll make gold, excuse me. $24, huh? Alright. Plus bonus. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'll make an extra flux, why not? I can make a... Oh, I've got some star metal. Yeah, I need to go get iron anyway then, in order to get that star metal crafted up. Yeah, because I can make 30 star metal. I have the steel ingots already for it too. I just need some charcoal. So yeah, so I need some charcoal. Enough for 60. Or well, 59. I already have one there. So 59 charcoal is 118 green wood. It's not much. Yeah. 118 green wood, but then I'm going to need more charcoal than that. Let me go get some iron to make those iron ingots. I need to start making more. What I need is silk. I need to get some silkweed. But you know, I also need thick hide, so I'm gonna make a run to Restless Shore at some point, probably today. Actually, yeah, I could do that. Restless Shore in just a little bit, and then get thick hide and silkweed. Right, a little lag spike there. Yeah, so thick hide and silkweed would be goodness. See, he's mining, or he's going after a rabbit. I need to get some iron. I'll get this life bloom. I need to get some iron now. I'm gonna need rawhide and all that stuff too, though. So look at this guy. Friggin' trader troll, huh? I see how you are. This friggin' guy. Oh, hold on a second. Let me change my Discord. No. Oh, well, you can't hear me, then that is a thing for you.
And I just heard you say something about for me.
Yeah, I was saying if you can't hear me, then that was a thing for you. Yes, but what I was trying to say was that my settings were wrong and that I couldn't hear you through my headphones. I could only hear you through. I could hear you through my speaker still, but I've adjusted that, so it's all good.
Okay, so that's fixed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I still have one more task that I want to get done before I'm actually on officially. But yeah, in Discord, get grouped, all that kind of good stuff. All works.
Yeah.
And then I guess I've got an hour or so that I could go gather moats.
That's cool.
At least before typical start time of chest runs. Um, I guess, what are your thoughts for tonight? You up for chest runs or
I don't know
doing
that I'll be
something
on that
different?
late. My girlfriend will be off, and new season of Ozark has been released on Netflix, so we're gonna be watching
Ah,
Ozark. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's a great show.
I have not. I will
It's
have to check it out.
it's a great show. It's this is the beginning of the fourth season, and the final season. But yeah, it's I don't know if you like Jason Bateman, but I like him. I like a lot of his work and everything. So
It's kind of touch and go for me.
yeah.
I liked him in some things.
Oh, don't get me
Um,
wrong. This is not comedic. This is not a comedic Jason Bateman role. This is a drama.
oh, okay. Okay.
This is a drama, and he's really good in it. You know, so it's a great show. It's have you heard of it at least? Do you know anything about it?
No, have not even heard of it.
Okay, so it's a family. Jason Bateman, the patriarch, you know, he's got a wife and a son and a daughter, and he's an accountant. You know, and he he and his ex partner were apparently working on cooking the books for a Mexican drug cartel. You know, and they, you know, like helping them money launder.
Okay.
And Jason Bateman didn't originally know that, but he found out, and because his partner had apparently been siphoning off a little bit of funds for himself, and so obviously the Mexican cartel wasn't happy when they realized it, and they you know, handled their business, and that's when Jason Bateman found out. But then they basically also said, now you're on the hook to still continue to launder our money, and you know, and you know, obviously dire consequences if you don't. Basically, you owe us X amount of dollars that were taken by your firm, essentially, and therefore, how are you going to work that off? You know, and so he had to come into an agreement basically to continue to launder their money or whatever under, you know, for a period of time. However, they couldn't stay where they were, so they basically almost went into their own little version of a witness protection program. They had to move somewhere, and they moved out into the Ozarks, you know, to get away from the city in hopes that they could avoid the issue and everything. And then that's when instead it followed them, and now he's trapped in this whole situation where he's trying to, you know, obviously survive the game that's being played, you know, with him and his family.
Okay, and he's trying to be a non-willing
He's
participant
trying.
in all of this.
Yeah, he is technically speaking, yes, an unwilling participant. However, you know, he has to play the game in order to keep his family alive, basically. So he's
Got it.
doing what he has to do, but he's also at the same time engineering. You know, he's trying to engineer ways to get him out of this situation so that he and his family will be safe and they move on. But you know, situation develops and all kinds of drama and whatever, violence and all kinds of things, you know, keep following. The problem keeps compounding instead of diminishing, instead of getting, you know, where he's getting himself out of it. Every time he thinks he's going to get out of it or whatever, something happens that makes him now further involved, you know, and all this stuff. And it's like, God damn, you know, he just can't get out of his own way.
Can't get out of it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. It's a good show.
Hey, you're 100 or so meters away. You want to come knock out this portal?
Yeah, okay. Just give me 1 second.
You can get Azoth while I'm getting Azoth, so. Oh yeah, I've got a stack of furniture recipes that I need to pawn off on you too.
Alright, da-da-da-da. I'm not seeing portals, so I'm gonna come over to where you are.
Just come to me.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, they're not
portals,
showing on my map right now.
yeah, they don't show on my map either. Still kind of broken. But it's up where the weird wood is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's the cliffy thing you gotta go around.
Yeah, I am.
Pain in the ass.
Doing it now. Oh, it's already ready to go.
Yeah, got it.
You already shot it?
Yep.
Yeah, I was killing a couple when I was overdoing my, faction ones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just grabbed the silver up top and was grabbing the iron and was going to grab weird wood if it was up and saw it and was like, eh.
You didn't grab the gold though, I assume, right?
I grabbed the gold.
Oh, you did?
That
Okay.
was where I started. Yep. Not in the direction that you're going. It was the gold over in my direction.
Right.
I don't know if there's any gold over in your direction.
No, there's
I'm not aware of any.
No. There's not.
But since all the weird wood will have to respawn.
I mean, there is
Go ahead.
the cave up here. It has the bear cave, and it's got silver in it, but... And a couple of chests, of course. So that iron's gone. There was somebody else up here. There was a yellow. Can you see if the silver above you is already gone?
Trying to run across.
Because
The
he was
one
up.
on my level is here, and I'm taking it now.
Okay.
And I don't see any more on my map
Okay.
compass.
Like I said, the guy up here, there was a guy up here. Like, these star metal are gone. These other silver. Those silver down there are gone. Silver in front of the cave mouth is gone. Yeah, there's that yellow. What about these other silver down here? Are they gone? They are
just
gone.
picked the one in the cave.
Okay. What about the gold in that cave?
Yeah, the stuff in the backside, it's all picked clean.
No, I mean the gold it's in the main cave part, but it's near the backside.
Yes, it's all
Okay.
picked clean.
All right. Oh, I can still get the chest. Now the gold's here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go look. I gotta see
Okay.
where you're at.
All right. It's hidden up in here.
Oh, there's gold there?
Yep.
There sure is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I did not know that.
Yep. Hidden behind that crate. Half embedded in the wall. Good to know, right?
Yes, it is.
Just like I didn't even realize until I did a check or whatever just like 2 days ago that there is platinum literally right outside of Windsward on the south or on the west side.
Yeah, there's platinum and then there's silver.
Yeah, there's a platinum and a silver node right there on that by that bridge. I'd never looked, in that area. And all of a sudden I was like, "What?" And every time I've gone, it hasn't been picked.
Always there.
It's been there every time. I'm like, nobody must realize this thing is here. And I know Inkwell Cave had platinum in it, which I went and got that a little while ago. But but ever since I discovered that platinum was there, like I said, like 2 days ago, every time I've gone, no problem, I get platinum. And I've gone like 3 or 4 times now. So I'm not against that at all.
When I'm coming back from the pirate daily faction stuff,
Yeah.
I always take the long way around and come up that front side just to see if it's there.
Yeah. And the weird wood, of course, it's right outside.
Weirdwood outside of Windsward?
No.
You mean outside of the Inkwell Cave?
I thought you were talking about the one in Inkwell Cave. But you're saying the one right outside of Windsward. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I get the platinum outside the front at the waterfall. At a waterfall?
Yeah.
At the bridge, for sure.
Yeah, it's a waterfall.
Yeah. Always grab that when I'm coming back from the pirates. And I have been lucky more than a few times. There's an orichalcum node when you're running back from the pirates.
Right. Yeah,
There's
the
a
one by the
little
cart. Yeah.
broken cart.
Yeah, I more than a few times I've also caught that.
I get lucky every once in a while on that.
And when I
So
just did mine
always check it.
when I just did mine a few minutes ago, I also got all 4 of the star metal above the pirate area.
Above the pirates?
Yep.
And then what about the 2 out there near
Yep, I got the 2 by
Whatever his name.
First Mate Misher or whatever.
Misher? Is
Yeah.
that his name?
Yeah, and then I got those, and I got the gold underneath in the one cave, and I got the 2 silver in the
Gold
cave
and
with
2
Swogglesmere. I got there's three silver inside that fenced area where the gold is. There's 3.
Yeah.
There's 2 underneath the platforms, and then there's 1 up by the front also.
As you're going towards the chest.
The little
level?
chest on the right side as soon as you come in. Yeah, there's 1 up there. And then of course
you
there's
grab
3
the
there's 3
saltpeter?
no, I don't. I don't bother with that anymore. Um,
It sells.
yeah.
There's always a buy order for, 5 to 10 cents.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll
So
start picking it up in the future or whatever.
I I just pick it up because hey, it's an easy, you
Sure.
know, 1 to 2 coins
Yeah. Yeah.
every trip that I make.
Well, I'm all for that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
you do the honey and all the other stuff, so you might as
absolutely.
well pick up saltpeter.
And then there's 3 silver out by those near those 2 star metal by First Mate Misher. There's another silver between whatever Hucker's Haven or whatever it is, and what between the 2 areas.
Pride of Plucket and Hecker's Heaven.
Yeah, Hecker's Heaven and Plucket. There's 1 silver outside the fenced area, but right before you get into Plucket, Plucket's Pride or whatever it is, right before you get into that area, there's 1 silver by a blight root thing, right by that last shed, the big shed that has a provisions crate in it.
Provision crate.
Yeah, there's silver there, and then there's 2 silver in the middle of the waterfalls, as well.
As you're going over to Misher,
No,
up against the wall.
No. There's 3 silver up against that wall right before you get to Misher. There's 2 silver between the actual waterfalls in Hucker's or whatever Haven or whatever Hecker's Haven or whatever it is.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go look because I don't. That one doesn't sound familiar to me. So you come out of Swogglesmere.
Right, and then
You take a left.
As soon as you come out, you're facing the building that's up on the piers, right? Up on the piers, and there's a double waterfall on the left-hand side, right there, right? Like if you went over there, if you turn hard left, there's a blight root and a soul stem are there.
Yes, I looked for
soul
those.
sprout. All right, those are right there, and then just over by the water, there's a river cress. In the middle of that double waterfall, 1 level up, not very high up, just like 1 level up on the rocks, there's 2 silver deposits.
I did not know about those. I'm gonna have to look for those.
You
next
wouldn't.
time.
I mean, you wouldn't know unless you either went for some reason just exploring up there, or B looked on the resource map for silver nodes, and went okay, and then if you go around to the east waterfall of the 2 waterfalls, you go around to the east waterfall on the and you climb the rocks there in the center part, then you can get up to them and you just go get the 2 silver nodes. It's real simple.
Cool.
Yep. Oh yeah, I gotta. What's going on, Dana Bob? Long time no see, man. Got a named life staff from. Where did I get that from? Trying to remember who I just got it from. So that's the other thing. Right outside of Inkwell Cave, if you don't come out the so if you come out and you take a hard right and you go over to the near the ledge or whatever, going that direction, there's 2 silver nodes also. And then if you drop down to the Yeti Cave, there's 2 silver nodes in the Yeti Cave, 1 in the center and 1 in the little sub cave that the Yeti himself is in.
Yep, I know about those.
Oh yeah, Dan, Bob, I got my Twitch partner a long time ago. Yeah, long time ago. It has been a long time then, I guess, since you've been on here. Yeah, long time ago. I made partner. I don't know. March of last year or something like that, maybe. Something like that. Might have been. No, it was February. February of last year. So it's been basically almost a year. Okay. Yeah, but I'm sorry, you were saying, Trader. Yeah, you knew about the ones in the Yeti cave, of course.
In
But
the Yeti cave, yeah. Got
yeah,
those.
but the ones right outside Inkwell Cave, or not right outside, a little bit over on the rocks, right above the Yeti cave, basically. There's two there. You'll see one, and the other one is hidden in the boulder or in the rocky ledge. Basically, like if you're at the one, you'll see the little circle to interact with the other one, but you won't see the node itself. It's under the rocks.
Okay, the in between. So if I'm looking on the map, the in between
Okay.
ridge
Yeah.
between the
Yeah,
Yeti
yeah.
cave and the yeah,
It's
okay,
it's
I know about
more
those.
yeah, it's more like about yeah, I think it's around there or something. Yeah, around there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how to describe it on the map, right? That's sort
Right.
of a little mountainy right between the two.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, so when we made that chest run, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up with Weaver's gloves out of that as well. I got a pair of
cool.
Weaver's gloves in there. Yeah, that is cool because that's 2,000 coins on the auction house, on the trading post. So it's that's what people are asking for. There were no buy offers, but people are asking 2,000 coins if you wanted to buy it. And now I have it.
Have you seen in action chat in who's gonna declare on Everfall?
I have no idea. I just saw the notification pop up about Everfall.
Yeah, I just saw it go into conflict. I wonder if Kraken or if it's one of the others that's gonna do the declare.
Yeah, I can tell you. I gotta get my Weaver's clothes on.
I just put on my Weaver's pants.
Yeah, like I said, at first I was like, big deal, whatever. Now I had a pair of armorer's gloves also that I got out of that, but that's not that uncommon. And I already had them, of course. So I went ahead and just put those on the auction house, on the trading post. I haven't seen any of us besides me doing armoring, so I didn't think it was that big a deal. I figured if it comes down to it, it's not, and they're not. I don't think they're even that expensive or whatever, if I remember correctly. I don't. But either way, I just put it on the trading post.
Hey, 3 blister weave. Or sorry, 3 Phoenix
Phoenix
weave.
weave. Nice. 3 bonus, you mean?
No, total. I don't get bonus.
But well, you only had enough Infused
only
leather
have
or what?
So I ran out of infused silk.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Infused
So
silk.
I made 3 phoenix weave. Is all the infused silk that I have. I have
So
one
you can,
blister weave
so you can still make.
left.
Okay, all right. But you hold on one second. We'll take this one step at a time. Phoenix weave, or I mean, infused silk. You are out of infused silk after making 3, so you can make 7 more.
I have 7 left on my cooldown. Correct.
Okay, and it's 5 per. So you 35 phoenix infused is what you need, right?
If yes, well, I've got 2, so 33.
Whatever. Okay. Fine. All right. So 33 of those, and then blister weave.
I already have 8 scale cloth, so I'm covered there.
Okay.
And I have 1 blister weave.
So you need
I'm
6
short of that.
Okay. All right. Where are you at?
Standing at the loom.
Okay. I'll be right there. It's a hot day. I decided to take my shirt off. Make it happen, snapping.
Make it happen. Seven more.
There you go. Good for you.
All right.
Here or what?
You're keeping them.
Oh.
You keep it all.
All right. I'll hold on to it. Obviously, if somebody needs it, just let me know. But it's not like.
Well, you would be the one who would be making something for somebody. So.
If it's armor, but remember, it can
Or
replace any
bags.
cloth. Yeah. Well, yeah, but it could be used for any cloth. I mean, if somebody had something else that needed something. Yeah, I mean, remember even like the Void Gauntlet, for example, I think needed one thing or something like that. But yeah, I'll hold on to it because it's cloth and leather. I mainly hold on to, and if somebody needs them, that's fine, whatever. But I'll hold on to them. Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Oh,
Now we're gonna put on the leather.
Yeah, the leather
gear.
Tanner gear.
Yeah.
What did you say? You want jewels? You want uncut gems? Okay.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure I distinctly heard you say it.
All right. What I got? Need some coarse leather.
You need some coarse leather?
No, I'm for a quest. Yes.
Oh, for a quest.
Need to town board. So I need to
Got
do
it.
that. So I don't want to turn everything into rugged.
Right.
Let's do. Oh. I need more than what I've got. So, okay, done there. It was easy.
Oh, and in the next PTR thing, I assume it may come out in that patch, or in the next patch, in other words, because it's already been put onto the PTR, is the smelting accumulation gear, because it hasn't been in the game up until now.
Nice. I can't wait for that.
So that is been put into the PTR. Also, did you see the what else has been added to the PTR? Because there was a PTR patch that just happened last night, and yeah,
I
so
haven't read those notes yet.
one of the things is they're reducing the amount of requirements necessary to make tuning orbs and all that stuff in order to get into, dungeons. They're reducing significantly. In many cases, they're reducing half of, whatever it required. Like if it required 20 of something or whatever, 40 of something or whatever, and now only requires 20 of them, things like that, whatever it is. The once a week, you're going to be able to purchase, meaning with tokens and probably some money, from your faction shop, a Genesis and a Lazarus orb. Once a week for each of those. Yeah, all the orbs are going to become tradable. All of the materials for the orbs are going to become tradable, like the corrupt lodestone or whatever, all that kind of stuff.
So no more selling slots.
Yeah, you won't need to. I mean, I guess somebody could still do it if they, didn't have those things.
Now there's no need to.
No. And then all the requirements are going to be tradable to include like the tuning orbs and all that kind of stuff too. Or the tuning, whatever the I'm talking about. The whatever it is you get from the faction now, and then once a day you're going to be able to purchase the tuning orb for all of the other dungeons. Once a week only for Genesis and Lazarus, but once a day for all the others. You can just purchase from the faction. What?
That means we could do Genesis, Lazarus every day of the week, right?
If everybody has one.
Yeah.
So there's an option there, and then, but then again, you got to remember that's also going to cost faction tokens and money. I mean, you're going to have an expenditure involved in it still, but you're going to have to earn those tokens to buy them.
It's certainly a lot less expensive than crafting.
Oh yeah.
That many times.
Yeah. Absolutely. And they've reduced the price of all these things anyway. So yeah, that's going to affect. Some things are now going to be marketable items that were never marketable before because they were not tradable. Other things are going to be less value than they were before because it's going to require less of them to make the orbs than they used to be. It used to be. You know what I'm saying? So
the Foundation is the one declaring war in Everfall.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Never heard of them.
I don't know who Penguin Made Me Do It is. Apparently it's somebody
just
change their name again.
To avoid.
Right.
To avoid.
I haven't even looked at the map, so I don't even know if there's been any change. There hadn't been any change in a while.
We lost First Light, but that's been a few days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a change. I haven't been down to First Light in forever. Did you say have a look at these recipes?
Yeah.
I have no idea what recipe... Oh, you're right here, okay. I have no idea what recipes, what things I do know or whatever, but yeah, I mean, that's fine.
And they're only worth about a coin each.
Are they?
On the trading post. So just salvage them, learn the ones that you can.
Oh no.
Yeah, so just salvage them, and if you already know one of them, it's no big deal. It's just a coin,
So, like I was talking, or like I was talking to you. I mean, I guess the concept being, go ahead and still make them up as high as you can make them. I mean, I can use cut regular, and I can use cut brilliant. I don't have any real use for cut flawed. They're just it's burns through too much silver, and it's too low.
Yeah.
I can use cut regular, whatever. Cut brilliant, obviously, I could still use that. That would get some value and everything like that. But if it's not about cutting them, if we can combine them up to pristine, then that's great, because I'll just take pristine, and if they're the money making kind, then I'll put them on the market, make some money, and buy the cheaper ones with that in order to get more grinding capability out of them.
Okay, so you are doing these at silver? At
Making them with
level?
silver? Yeah. It's the same experience points.
Okay. Now just a second, let me get all of this done.
And I can, like I just running around between the just the area that we were just in, over there by that corruption node, that corruption portal, and over by the Puckett's Pride and all that kind of stuff or whatever. I ended up with 244. Oh, you just okay. Silver. Yep. So, now I've got 380 silver. So between what you got and what I got, which are the same two areas, in other words, basically. Had you not gotten those and I had gone over there and gotten those, yeah, it would have been about this amount. And that's plenty of ingots for me to burn through. That's 38 amulets. Because I have 380 ingots. And it's 10 ingots per amulet. So it's easy math as far as that's concerned. Oh, you need lodestone, right?
I will use it. Yes, I will make rune stone. Whatever my stone cutter cooldown is.
Yeah, isn't it rune stone?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I got a lot of furniture recipes. Now that I look at it. All right, I'm going to rattle off some things, and you tell me if these are things that you have interest in. Now, some of these might have been the ones you just gave me too. So, yeah, for you, for furniture.
Let me run over.
Yeah, because I got like 15 different schematics here. And now some, like I said, I'm not sure how many of the ones you just gave me. Well, I know, but whatever. Maple end table, I know you have.
Got it.
Maple full bed, you must have because you just gave me that, right? Okay. Tree stump side table, I know you have.
Got it.
Maple large table, you have, right?
Got it.
Well polished low bookcase.
Gave that to you.
Okay, because you had that already. Is what you're saying. Maple casual chair. You gave that to me, right? Maple desk.
Got one.
Rickety wooden wall shelf. I think you said that was too low level. Whatever you.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like the first levels.
Okay.
So I wouldn't use it, and I'm not a completionist, so it doesn't matter whether it's in my book or not.
No problem. Maple dining chair.
Got it.
How is that different from the other? Didn't I?
One has
maple casual chair and maple dining chair. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, one of them has a spindle back and one of them has a flat back.
Steel settler stove.
I gave that one to you.
Okay.
I got it.
Broken chime post.
I don't have anything broken with the name broken in it.
Okay.
I've got nothing with the name chime in it.
All right. Low apothecary cabinet, excuse me.
I do have that.
Why is tree... Oh, tree stump side table and then tree stump table. 2 different ones.
2 different ones.
Yeah. I assume you have... Because you gave me the
have them
tree
both.
stump side table, and I have tree stump table also here. Okay, you have both. Maple small bookcase,
Got it.
and then maple wall shelf.
And got it.
Okay, so the only one in question for you potentially is broken chime post.
That's
Which-
the only one.
Which
that
sounds like it's
I
going to be
don't
low
have.
level, like the rickety whatever, but because it's broken, you know.
Broken?
But yeah,
Yeah.
but whatever. I mean, I don't care. Okay. I've got lodestone. I've got moats, and I have that broken chime post
Okay, I'm
thing
running back.
for you. Yeah, I have those things for you, and now I'm buck ass naked. I'm right here. Buck wild. All right, so lodestone schematic. Oh, that's not a fucking moat. Why'd I grab that one? Think that was it. Word. Word to your mom, I came to drop bombs.
Good stuff.
So finally, I've only heard back any kind of progress on like 2 of the resumes that I put out for these jobs. And finally one today asked for some clarification, which I'm not super happy about the clarification that they sent me or whatever, because the position was originally posted as having including PCS funding, permanent change of station funding, meaning they would relocation expenses.
Pay for your relocation.
Yeah. And then the second thing about it was it also had essentially a sign-on bonus, a hiring incentive. And it said that those were both allotted per the defense budget already. That's what it said in the posting on the website. Now you get a
And so-
letter back and they say with the updated budgeting, that's not, neither of those are allowed or authorized anymore. Am I still interested in the position?
Are you still interested?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what they have to verify, because something's changed since the posting. And I get it, I know how the government operates, and I was like, listen, while I'm a little disappointed that, that these factors that were included in the original posting and stuff like that are no longer available, I do understand how budgets work, and yeah, I'm still interested, whatever, but but it's the first actual response that has said, and would you be available, they haven't scheduled anything but for a telephone interview and all this stuff or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. But that's the first even semi-bite that I've heard.
That someone has mentioned a further interview.
That they've mentioned anything beyond just the void of your resume has been submitted. The automatic email that just comes that says we received your resume, and the hiring manager will notify after review of all applicants or something like that. And that's it. So this is the first time anybody's actually said anything about moving further forward with anything. So who knows?
Sounds like a positive to me.
Yeah, I got my fingers crossed. I'm also hoping that some people might be like, oh, I wanted the hiring bonus and the relocation.
The bonus,
yeah, there probably are people who, would turn it down. To me, I'm like, nah, it's fine. I wanna get back to work. And it's an area, this would be in New Mexico. And I've driven through New Mexico, and that's it. once. And that was a long time ago. And that's it. That's the only time I've ever been there. The most I know of New Mexico is from watching Breaking Bad. And that's it, which clearly, because I think that was in Albuquerque, and that's where this is, in Albuquerque. And I'm like, all right, so I know what everything looks like. It looks very desert, and that's it. But yeah, that's the first, the furthest, information that I've gotten in months of putting out these resumes. I've got like 45 resumes out so far, for different positions. Now I've had more than a couple. I've probably had, 8 or 9 by now that have come along that have either said they've already hired somebody else, or I wasn't listed as the highest qualified based on, my resume, which that's fine. It happens. I'm not going to knock. In fact, it's encouraging to me in a way. I as a taxpayer, I'm happy that they're actually hiring, because these are government jobs, that they're hiring somebody based on the highest qualifications. That's what I'm hoping that they do. I want them to hire somebody who is the highest qualified for the position. I would not want them to say, well, we hired this other person and they're not that qualified for it. No, screw that. If there are other people who are more qualified, hire them. Yes, please. Thank you. Do that. I want the best person for the job to be in the job. And that may not be me all the time. Doesn't mean that I'm not qualified for the job and that I'm not interested in the job and that I wouldn't do well at the job, but I may not be the highest qualified for the job. So I fully encourage them to accept the highest qualified. I'm on board with that idea. That being said, it is what it is, and it hasn't gotten me the job yet. So, or for that matter, any real amount of feedback yet from anybody, any kind of furtherance of the process. And that's all I'm a little bit excited about just that. The fact that somebody actually sounds like they're actually doing their job as the hiring manager, and they've reviewed applications and they're moving forward, because a lot of these resumes that I've submitted are just stuck in the reviewing applications phase. Now, I'm not trying to be unrealistic about it. These are posted on the USA Jobs, website. Just like anything on the internet, you have a large audience available. That means, they could have literally a couple of thousand applicants for all I know. The hiring process could be extremely lengthy, and I have, no problem with the fact that it's a long process for government, jobs like this quite often. That's not the issue. The only issue I have.
Be a couple million applicants that they just have a hard time weeding through.
Right. I mean, I don't know that there would be a couple of million for most of these jobs, but there could be.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating.
Yeah. More than likely, these are jobs where you might have 100 or even, a little bit more than that maybe, but you're not going to have, a million and stuff like that. But even so, that's just per vacancy, and some of these places may have multiple vacancies that they're trying to fill. So it's not that they couldn't go through even 100 or 200 resumes for this particular position. It could just be that they're trying to fill several positions at the same time. And as a result, it's taking a while. And, that is what it is. But then again, it wouldn't really be government, work if if the people counting on it weren't wishing that it was going faster. They wouldn't be doing their job as government employees if they did their job quickly. Because they have a reputation to uphold.
Absolutely, there are expectations.
Absolutely.
The expectation is you dilly-dally.
Yeah, you don't just come into work and do your job. You come into work, you goof around, whatever. You have your coffee. You attend to several meetings that are meaningless, and then eventually, you might do 1/10 of what you were supposed to do, or what you're expected to do, and what most people would do in the course of that workday. You know,
Absolutely.
but that's, it's just part of the nature of the beast. That's government job for you. So, yeah, so I can't be, too upset that it's not progressing very fast, I guess. It doesn't mean I'm not hopeful that it doesn't pick up the pace some, but yeah,
No, but the way you describe
it could be good.
This sounds more hopeful than some of the others, right?
Just the fact that there's
They wouldn't
something.
be asking those questions. Yeah, they wouldn't be asking those questions if they were already disqualifying you.
Right.
If you were already in the no pile, they
Right.
wouldn't ask you.
That's what I'm hoping.
Are you concerned about the relocation bonus?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. If nothing else, that's a whittle down the list, question. Before I get into really looking at the true qualifications for, these 100 applicants, how many of you are still interested if there's not as much money involved?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very easy. Trim this list.
Yep. And that's what it is. And I tried to explain that to like this guy that I used to work with at the base in Fort Worth. He was applying to be a cop with Fort Worth PD, and so he was asking me some questions about cop stuff and everything, and the process and everything like that. And I explained to him, I said, they call this a hiring process, but all of the steps are really factored in as a means to not hire you. What they're doing is they're eliminating that. That's why they have. Oh, you have to do this in the case of police work. You have to do a physical fitness test. You do an physical fitness test. You have to do a medical physical. You have to do a background check and all this stuff. Every one of those steps is meant to eliminate you as a candidate. It's not meant to verify that you're the best candidate. It's meant to get you off the list because they have hundreds of applicants and they have just a few positions. So all they're trying to do is eliminate you, and every step along the way, the more steps that they add gives them more opportunity to do just that, to eliminate you. And that makes their job easier when there's only a half dozen people left and there's only a half dozen positions. All of a sudden they go, look at that. Guess these are the ones we're hiring. Done. We don't need to really make this any more complicated. That way, there's no lengthy decision-making process involved. They just let the circumstances dictate who ends up getting the job, if it works out that way. Now, it seldom does it work out that way. They still have to do the interviews and all, and they're still going to do the interviews even if the numbers worked out to be the same. Even if it was, well, we have a half dozen applicants and we have a half dozen positions. They're still going to do the interview just to make sure that the applicant doesn't shoot themselves in the foot and, reveal something or show them something that they then get automatically, a little wary about and go, hey, hold on a second, maybe we don't take this guy just because the numbers match up between number of applicants and number of positions. But yeah, but all those process steps are meant to eliminate you. They're not looking. They don't go into those processes expecting that this is the thing that's going to give you a bump up. We review your resume to show how good you are. No, we review your resume to show if you're good enough. It doesn't really, because usually it's not even about the highest qualified. It's about who's not eliminated automatically, and then they eliminate all the ones that just don't meet the minimums. And then after that, they go to the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. And each one of those steps is to try to eliminate and whittle down that list till they get to some folks who may not be the highest qualified, under normal circumstances. And by qualified, I just mean like the job specifications. But it could be something else that eliminated them. Because you could be the highest qualified. Yeah. You could be the most skilled air traffic controller, and you could have rave reviews as your air traffic controller, but you also have a couple of DUIs. You know, and then they go, oh, whoops, you're out. I mean, you're still the best qualified as far you've been doing it for however long, and somebody else is brand new, but they don't have any DUIs or whatever it is. They don't have something that's going to ruin their chances at the job, you know?
Yeah, I don't have that many qualifications that I can do, but I know exactly what you're saying because that's part of, you know, my hiring profile. Right, my hiring workflow, work stream. You know,
right.
It's it's all about certification. It's all about location. It's all about what of those things can I already say? Well, he's not going to fit.
Right.
This candidate's not going to fit.
Yeah.
Right, and then at the end, right, my candidate pool is much smaller. I'm not going to do interviews for 100 people.
Yeah.
But I'll interview 5. I'll interview 10, you know.
Well, and that's what I told this guy, too, that I was working with. I said, listen, they're going to knock out all these things, these different steps of the hiring process that don't cost them much first. Because the later part of the hiring process for a police department or something like that does cost money. And that's where they want to have a much smaller list of people that they're spending money on who may or may not actually get the job. They don't want to spend money on you if they can avoid spending money on you if you're not going to get the job. You know, so if they can just do if they can just do an agency check and run your name through a computer and see if there's any wants or warrants or anything like that, or criminal history background type stuff, automatically you're eliminated. Boom. And that took them nothing to do. That took them a few minutes or whatever for somebody in an office to do. You know, if they have you do a physical fitness check, physical fitness test, okay, that took sending like 2 officers to the police academy and arranging a day where those 2 officers from the training department run all the applicants through a bunch of physical fitness tests on the obstacle course and things like that. Okay, and they run you around the track and they time you. That's just 2 officers for one day, you know, and they're in the training department anyway, usually. So that's just part of their job. That's not a big deal. Doesn't cost anything extra, you know, whatever. It happens, you know, boom. They send you to go get a medical physical or, you know, or to go get medical clearance that says you're in good enough condition for this position. There's nothing to be concerned about. Okay. That's starting to cost a little bit of money, but a lot of times they say instead, you have to pay for it. You have to have your own physical. We're not putting you through, but you have to have the results of a physical to show that you're in good enough position as part of the application process for us. Okay. You have to, of course, fill out your application. They can, that's step 1 before even any of the other things is, did you even fill out the application correctly? You know, if you can't follow simple orders, eliminated right off the bat. You know, you couldn't follow simple instructions on how to, on filling out the application and submitting the necessary paperwork along with that application, you know, that they listed. If you can't do that, you're out automatically. Yeah. So if you want to claim veterans preference, you have to show a copy of your DD-214, your discharge papers. If you didn't submit that, well, you don't know how to follow instructions. You're out, you know. So all those things, and then they start getting into things like a psychological evaluation. Okay, well, that costs money because now you're paying for a psychologist, you know, in there, because that's not somebody that's their staff, you know, who puts you through that. They contract with a guy who does that stuff, but he gets paid per each one of these guys he does the evaluation on. So now you're talking, you know, hourly rate for them, or at least patient, because it's usually an hour that you're there or something like that. And they're going to administer a test and all this kind of stuff, which, by the way, that's the other thing. You took a written test in the very beginning of the process too, which again only took a couple of their training officers to be there to administer a written test for a day. But that was another way to eliminate you. All these things are just ways to eliminate you, with the money things being at the end, because they're starting to actually get to candidates who have made it 4 steps, 5 steps in, and now they're actually viable candidates, you know, and they start going, okay, now we're going to start putting a little bit of money in it. Yeah,
Did he understand it? Or
yeah,
did
he was.
resist it.
No. He understood it, but it changed his mindset of what the process was because he thought
Gotcha.
he was like, this is kind of ridiculous. What a waste of money. Obviously, I'm fit. First off, he was jacked. You know, he was in great shape. He had, you know, he was a fitness guy. You know, and he's like, obviously, I'm fit, and I have to do these, our fitness tests for the military and all this stuff, and I'm the fitness coordinator for my unit and all this stuff or whatever. Why do I have to do this? I said, it's not about you. It's not about you proving that you're fit. It's about them being able to check off that box for you versus other people, and then X off some other names off the list. It's just a step in the process that they have to say they did it the same for everybody. And the point isn't about you showing that you're qualified for the position. It's about how many people in this list are not going to be able to do it, and they can X those people out of the running. It's just about eliminating the numbers. That's all it is. They're whittling it down to a manageable number before they ever start spending money on somebody to determine whether they're actually going to be a hireable candidate or a candidate they want to hire. You know, and
well, it's good that he understood it.
And then he was like, "Oh, so they're just trying to eliminate it. Yet they're just eliminating people. That's all they're doing."
Because there's people who you would go through that description with, and they would want to argue with you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's exclusionary. And,
it is.
Blah blah blah.
It's absolutely exclusionary, but that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, but they won't get it. They won't understand it. They won't accept that that's the way it is and the way it needs to be. No, they want to argue it.
Well, I mean, you can't be... You're not going to hire everybody. And that's the only way you could be inclusive, would be to hire everybody, whether they're qualified or not, whether, whatever, whether they're capable, whatever it is, whether you think they're going to get along well in the workplace or not. It doesn't matter. You have just... Everybody that applies automatically gets hired. That's the only way to be truly inclusive, and that's ridiculous. Nobody can do that. So obviously they have to be exclusionary. That's the whole point, is they are cherry picking. They are going through and seeing, they're there to identify flaws all the way across the board. What little thing, especially as the race gets tighter and tighter, then they start going, what separates this guy from that guy? And then, and often it's not what good thing separates this guy from that guy. It's not how much more qualified is this guy than that guy. It's usually viewed the opposite way around, which is how much less qualified is this guy than this other guy. It's usually viewed as what negative thing is on here that gives me justification to say he's out. And that's all they're looking for. They're looking for any justification to say you're out. Because they have enough people that it's easy for them to say, what justification can I find in this guy's resume or background to say he's in? That's easy to do. That would, if they were looking for the positives, then they're still going to have a big list of people, more than likely. And they're not looking for that. They're looking for every negative that they can disqualify you for. So it's, it is what it is, and it sucks different. Because you think to yourself, because like he was saying, he was like, I'm going to ace this physical fitness exam and all this stuff, and I said, that's great. More than likely, just be aware, it's probably not going to separate you from the pack, though. Because the reality of it, if you ace it or if you barely pass it, it's usually just a pass-fail checkbox.
It's still a check mark.
That's all it is. They don't care that you got 100 on it, or that you were able to do more push-ups than asked for, more pull-ups, or more, you ran faster. They don't care. It's just a minimum qualifications check mark. Can you even do it? If you can do it, great, pass. If you can't, fail, and those guys are gone. They're not doing it for you to demonstrate how awesome a fitness machine you are. They're doing it to show that these other fat bodies who thought that they were going to apply for this job, who aren't in shape at all, they didn't prepare for this in any way, they're out, And it's a justification they can use to eliminate a bunch of people. It's not going to get you higher on the list necessarily. And I told them, I said, don't assume that if you go out there and you ace this, that you're going to go up like on the list. Like if they ranked everybody, that you're going to go up on the list. I mean, you could, I guess, but most departments don't pay enough attention to it to rank people based on their fitness set. They only do. This is just an elimination step. That's all it is. It's not a ranking step. It doesn't make this guy's number 1 because he ran really fast, and this guy's number 2 because he didn't run quite as fast, and this guy's number 3 because he was a little slower than that. And then these other people all failed out. They didn't meet their minimum. They're not going to rank you based on that. They're just going to look at, are you still qualified or are you out? And if you're still qualified, eventually, they're not going to rank you more than likely, usually, until they get to the money parts. Just like a medical physical, they're not going to sit there and say, well, this guy's in better health than this other guy, so he ranks higher. They don't care. Does he qualify based on the requirements of the job for the medical physical? Yes, he does. Okay, then he checkbox, whatever. Yeah. And if not, then X, he's out, whatever. And it's another elimination step. That's all it is. And they don't start really ranking you until they start to see you. When they do after an oral board, type of thing, or something like that, interview, an oral board, then they start to rank you, because then they start comparing people. But there's no use in them really making comparisons when there's still 100 applicants. Eliminate all those guys and start making the hard work of doing a comparison and a priority ranking of the people when there's 10 applicants, But you don't have to do it for 100, because what would be the point of, okay, you're number 1 on the list for physical, fitness, and you're number 1 on the list because you're in super great health, but the moment we get to the interview, you're eliminated. Well, why did we bother ranking you beforehand? Not gonna bother. It's like I said, in summary, of course, and you're aware of this because you do hiring. Most of these steps are just elimination steps. That's all they're trying to do. And I get what you're saying. A lot of folks probably do take that as a slight on them. They're like, well, this is not right to do, to treat people like that, where they're just getting kicked to the curb. Well, that's what hiring is.
It's unfair because, maybe he's not as fast a runner as the other person, but he excels in this other area.
It doesn't,
You're not giving him
matter.
Consideration. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You've been eliminated from the list because this other thing is still a requirement, and it's a checkbox that you weren't able to check. So you're out, And it's nothing personal. It's not. It's just, it's a means to an end as far as how to get to the viable candidates list, the much smaller viable candidates list, instead of the larger applicants list. But, and I get that. That's why I'm not holding any grudges for any of these positions that comes back and says you weren't the highest qualified or something like that. I'm like, okay. I'm not, it's going to happen. If I got disheartened by that every time, then I'm in for a pretty bad period of time for myself, Because, I mean, if I let that really, get me down, I'd be like, ugh, well, I guess I suck, That doesn't feel good. Nobody likes that. I got more iron ore here. Cool. Let's go get it. I just ran past you.
I'm just finishing up my lodestone.
Did I give you? I gave you the lodestone that I had, right?
You did.
Okay.
Yep, and I worked it all up to 1 more runestone on the pile.
Nice. Oh, is it just lodestone or lodestone bricks that you need for that?
It's all worked up. So stone to block to brick,
So it's
then to lodestone brick, then to obsidian voidstone. It's just a progression, just like all the others.
okay. So it's not the load. So you don't use the lodestone for those rune stones. You use lodestone bricks, is what I'm saying.
Yes. So
So if I have 20,
lodestone-
no, I don't have 25. What am I saying? And so if I have stone blocks and stone bricks, though, do you need those?
Stone blocks and stone bricks would be combined with lodestone to create lodestone bricks.
Right. Are you out of lodestone, or do you have lodestone but need blocks / bricks?
I am out of lodestone.
Okay,
and
so
I have a couple hundred bricks.
oh, okay. So
No.
so blocks and bricks wouldn't do you any good at this point.
Blocks and bricks won't work. Nope.
Okay.
They're no.
That's why I wanted to check though, because I'm like, I've got some blocks and bricks, but I don't have any lodestone. I didn't know if you had extra lodestone and didn't have the blocks and bricks for them yet. No problem. Okay. Well, we can put that in there. You can definitely
No,
put
and
that there.
before I ever got 200 stone cutting,
Right.
I looking at town board quest and not knowing all of the progression, I've probably turned in, 100, 150, lodestone bricks.
Yeah. They were
Along the
great.
way.
They were great. They give a good amount of experience and city or whatever territory standing.
Yeah.
They
But
did.
Now that I'm 200, I need all of those bricks that I
Sure.
can get for the rune.
Well, of course, and just like I'm saying.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Hang on.
okay.
I got cut. Sorry.
Oh.
I cut some.
Oh, cool. And just like I'm saying about gems, for example, is that, how many did I burn before I thought about it, in a more efficient manner, and, mathematically, as far as in-game monetary value, I said, oh man, I could have probably gotten several more. I'd probably be 200 by now, if I had sold a lot of the more expensive cut gems.
Like those diamonds that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Take those, turn them into cash, and
Right.
buy the moonstones.
Or the topaz or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever's the cheapest.
Buy
yeah.
buy a nice cheap one. But I don't know why it didn't occur to me before. It was just dumb.
Not obvious, right? It's
Yeah.
like, give me those gems.
Right.
need
I was
gems
just
to
looking
make
at the immediate,
Exactly.
And looking back on it, I'm like, man, I could be 200 jewel crafting right now, probably. If I just sold the more expensive gems instead of burning through them like that. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. What are you gonna do now, right?
You learn. That's what it is. That's what you do.
So, but I did, and now I think now that I've realized that, of course, I'm thinking to myself, how many other things can I do that with?
Work that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the future, and not right this second. Obviously, I'm not looking to do a bunch of other stuff like that, whatever. But in the future, if I get into a another one of the crafting professions that I start to try to level or anything, then I will definitely keep that kind of thing in mind if it goes anything equivalent thereof. I'll just go, okay, well, I can sell this more expensive version of something and buy these much cheaper versions in larger quantities. And that will be my goal. Now, I don't know what else exactly that would correlate to. What other what other skill that might correlate to work that way, but If I come across a situation like that, I will definitely do it.
I would imagine that it probably would work that way in Arcana. You know, I did a whole lot of grinding.
Are you talking about like with
of-
wisps and stuff?
No,
Yep.
no. Wisp didn't get me where I was, but what I did do was I got a whole lot of hyssop, a whole lot of petal cap, a whole lot of bumble blossom, right? And I just made hundreds of thousands of infused health potions.
Right.
Right. Now, I would sell those potions and buy the parts that I didn't want to go farm, like the Azoth water. You know?
Right.
Maybe that wasn't the most efficient thing, right? Maybe I should have gone and gotten the Azoth water because that was 1 per infused alkahest, and it's 10 hyssop. Maybe I should have spent that money and bought 10,000 hyssop instead of 100 Azoth water, right? Because that might have given me more hyssop, you know, and more attempts than just buying the Azoth water and having to farm the hyssop. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you said you don't know which other ones might do that. I'm saying Arcana might be one of those because I didn't look for efficiency, right?
Right.
I just looked for, okay, I've got all this hyssop that I farmed and spent hours and hours on it.
Right.
I don't want to go dig for Azoth water, so I'm going to buy it.
Right.
And I'm going to make 10 potions, get enough money to buy 10 more water, right?
Right.
And make 10 more, you know, that might not have been the best way to do it, right? I was grinding diamond rings, and I should have been selling those diamonds so that I could grind 20 moonstone rings.
Right.
Yeah, so
yes,
that's the only other trade skill that I've done, right? That I would have any experience in, you know, what might be.
See, what I was thinking of it was the perspective of like, okay, like if I wanted to go and improve, well, I mean, stone cutting I think is going to happen on its own anyway, but that's where the gem cutting happens. Like gem cutting would be equivalent to jewel crafting in that sense too. Like if I have the, you know, if I have the raw gems of a particular type, let's say diamond, okay, because we know that it has value, right? If I fuse them up together to make the pristine diamond, sell that, and then get the uncut topaz to cut, you know, or to fuse or whatever. Also, I can get more of those for, you know, by, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I guess not. I guess it doesn't matter because the end product is, I mean, salvaging is salvaging, you can't even salvage, I don't think, a cut diamond or whatever into anything, right?
Stone cut? No, there's no salvage there. No, you're just creating the raw product.
What else are wisps and essences and stuff used for? What else? Well, they're used in the production of things like the void gauntlets
hearts.
And things like that and stuff like that too, right? Yeah,
they're
death
used
motes
for the eternal hearts and those kinds of things, where we're generating the orbs.
Okay, so all right, so if I wanted Arcana points, okay, wisps to essences and things like that doesn't get you a whole lot, right?
No.
Right, converting those up. But if I have X type of motes, whatever, as I have mote A, whatever it is, and it's it's one that the quintessences are worth a good amount of money. Okay.
Yeah, so let's say soul or death motes.
Okay.
The soul quintessences death quintessences, those are the most expensive ones.
Okay, so let's say I have that. All right, I have a bunch of those, and I'm looking to grind my Arcana by making, items, whatever it is, Ice Gauntlet. Let's say, as compared to the Void Gauntlet, because the Ice Gauntlet's going to use water motes, and water motes, let's say, are a lot cheaper than the death motes. All right, so let's say I have death motes. I could make Void Gauntlets. I could convert them up. I could do whatever. Let's say I convert them up, sell them, use the money to just get basic water motes, and then make Ice Gauntlets instead of Void Gauntlets to get the experience, to get the skill points, instead of, because I can make more of them with the water motes, because I'll have more water motes for the value of the number of death motes I had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So soul and death motes, or sorry, quintessences, roughly 50 to 60 coins each. Lives and waters and airs, 20 coins each.
Right.
So yeah, if you roll up.
So if I have a bunch of soul and death motes, why make a a gauntlet or a life staff,
make a void gauntlet
or whatever it
with
is,
death
whatever you can.
quintessences.
Why make that void gauntlet with death quintessences when I could sell them, get water ones, and make ice, and make more ice ones because of it?
Yeah. So the reason I went with void gauntlet is because it was a leather requirement.
Okay, and ice
for the
gauntlets.
tier 5 item.
And what's ice
gauntlets? Is metal. So
Oh, it
I would
is?
have been burning orichalcum to do the top level.
That's weird.
Ice
Metal.
gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, obviously that's a consideration too.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that would
it was-
definitely be.
Yeah, you happen to have the leather when the time was right, and that's what made sense.
Oh.
Right? That's the material at hand.
Well, hold on a
Void
second. Now,
gauntlet.
hold on a second. Ice Gauntlet is not metal. I'm looking at Ice
Am I
Gauntlet.
thinking staff? Am I thinking
You
life staff
might
and
be
fire
thinking staff, because Ice Gauntlet is leather as well as the primary, the top box that has
Okay.
to be whatever.
Okay.
It's yeah. So the tier
And then-
3 steel Ice Gauntlet has to have a tier 3 leather. After that, anything else can be used.
And then the moat that it uses
Water,
is the water moat, right?
which is a lot cheaper, right?
Oh, no. You know what? Oh, hold on. Now I remember. The Void Gauntlet was introduced as leather, but when you
break it down,
when you salvaged it,
yes,
it
gave you orichalcum
star metal.
or star metal.
Or sorry,
I thought it was orichalcum.
orichalcum.
Yeah,
Orichalcum,
yeah, that's right. It gives you orichalcum.
Right. When they fixed all of that, the orichalcum ice gauntlet became leather. It was intended to be leather.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was orichalcum.
Okay.
And so when you salvaged either one of those after creating it, you
Right.
got back the ingot that
Right.
was used to create it.
Right.
But that was all fixed.
So
today,
before
leather.
it required metal as the primary, orichalcum in that case for the orichalcum ice gauntlet, and
Right.
when you salvage it, you got an orichalcum ingot back. But even though the void gauntlet required leather as its primary, for whatever reason, it had the same salvage mechanic set up as the ice gauntlet, so it automatically gave you orichalcum ingots back as well.
Correct.
All right, right. So you were taking advantage of
either-
that.
Right.
Right. Yeah, because I remember telling you about that, in fact.
Yep.
Because I saw it on a
remember.
video, and I was like, it doesn't even necessarily
It's not
need
supposed to do that.
orichalcum, and yet it gives you orichalcum
And it
ingots
gives
back.
you right. It's not. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the staves were weirdwood, and
Right.
we've been pumping weirdwood
And
forever
for furniture.
for
Yeah.
furniture, right?
Right.
So it didn't make It didn't make sense to do
Sure.
staves
Right.
either.
Right. So, but now that Ice Gauntlet is fixed to require rugged leather or whatever, to require tier 3 leather, so rugged leather, as its primary in the case of steel, or higher for the other, but it requires water motes. So now
Which
in comparison,
much cheaper than
yes,
death.
that's what I'm saying. Death motes for void gauntlets, water motes. So if I have death gauntlets, sell them, buy water motes, and then proceed with ice gauntlets instead of void gauntlets.
Yep, doing Arcana today, yep, you would do that. You would farm all the motes you get, you would farm all the motes you can, and then you would convert those death motes into water by selling them, and then buying the cheaper, and then you have more chances.
Yeah, because death motes by themselves, just motes, are 93 cents, water motes are 50 cents.
Yep. And when you're leveling, it works just like jewelry. The Arcana that you add in there,
Right.
you don't have
Doesn't
to
matter.
put
It can be
in
mote.
the quintessence.
Yeah, it can be mote.
You can put in the smaller ones.
Right. But if you are looking at them, water quintessences are running 80 and death quintessences are only running 61. So death quintessences are considerably cheaper than water quintessences.
But the mote
is half the price.
is reverse.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting.
That right there is an interesting proposition, because you buy the cheaper water motes.
I know.
Run them
We
all
run
the way
them
up
to
to
quintessence and sell them for more
and
than
then
if
sell
you've
the
done the same
quintessence.
thing with the more expensive death modes.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
Yes. The way you observe the market, jealousy, I guess, is my
What?
feeling.
Why?
Well, I could do it, but I don't. I'm lazy, right? It has nothing to do with ability, right? It's just, I don't know. I'd rather chop a tree,
Right.
than
Figure
spend
out
that
how to
time
then figure out how to make your
doing the
your
math
green
to try to
wood.
fig-
I've got a bunch of green wood. I need weird wood. What's the best way I can finagle to get that weird wood by selling my
Can
green
I
wood?
sell the green
Do I
wood?
level it up to timber and then I can get so much more and then I can buy some weird wood instead of me having to go out there and find weird wood and chop it all the time?
Yeah, because I'm sure
Jealousy.
I'm inefficient. I'm sure I just.
Oh,
go out and
I'm
do-
inefficient. Look how long I
chopping
went with
trees.
gems, man. I felt bad burning through those gems. So many, you guys were giving me
Yeah,
so
but I
many
would never-
gems, and I'm like, oh
but
my
I would never
god.
think of that.
I'm like, I need it,
I would
but
never think to go figure out how much those cut diamonds
yeah.
that I've been doing.
I mean, I
Wait
knew
a
how
minute.
much, which is why I knew how much I was wasting just crafting these things to salvage them, and that's why I felt bad about it. But of course, I didn't think about what I'm talking about now, flipping them around to make more options out of cheaper gems until I got to like level 190 in the skill, and then all of a sudden the light bulb comes on, and I go, "What the hell, man? I could be 200 by now, and have saved us a bunch of made us extra money out of some of those gems, probably." But whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm looking. I've got 43.5 pounds of gems.
Right?
You know what they weigh?
Yeah, for that 43 and a half for
half pounds.
right.
Of gems.
Oh, 43 and a half pounds. Right. So that's 435 gems. Yeah.
I
know. I
need
gave
to
you.
go get
I just
the
gave
motes.
you a bunch of those. I'm
I know,
well
I know.
aware.
I need to.
That's
I
why-
need to go
that's
farm
why I
those
said-
motes because
that's
you
why-
got your jewel crafting right here in my bag.
That's why I said, I'm like, that's why I was telling Sego the other day, I'm like, I have 1 billion gems right now in my fucking storage. I go, which is probably like 2.5 pounds, but it's like fills the screen with just gems. And I'm like, it's like 2.5 pounds because they're so fucking light.
Are you doing the conversions, the fusions that you can do?
I haven't been, no. I mean, I could.
You ought to.
Well,
Because
Doesn't that requires the moats and stuff though? The wisps.
the cutting does, yes.
No, the fusion.
The right, yes. It's 1 to do the cut. Wait a minute. It's 1 to do the fusion and 3 to do the cut. Hold on, let me look. I'm just standing right here.
And I've been giving all those to you guys, the moats and stuff like that. That's why I was like,
No, I completely understand, but you have been converting your moats to wisps, right?
not no. I mean, I just did it a couple times.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm just yeah. So it takes 2 to cut it,
Right.
and it takes the fusion. It takes 1 to fuse it. Right.
Okay.
So it's only 1 to fuse.
Okay.
I'm just saying if
I haven't been doing
there's
it.
no okay, and you don't have to, right? I'm
No, I'm
completely fine, right? But there's an opportunity to grab a few stone cutting levels,
Yeah.
right? If you don't see me or Sego for a day or two, well,
Yeah.
hell, I'm standing here in town and I've got a
Well,
dozen wisps.
part
let
of
me
part of what I was just like the wisps and all that stuff, which I know Sego didn't realize that you have the potential of getting extra of. I know that same thing with fusing them and things like that. You have the potential of getting extra gems out of that.
yeah, but it's a 20% chance for me at 200.
Right.
It's going to be a 10% chance for you at your level.
Maybe, but
I
I don't
mean,
even
I
I don't even
don't-
remember what my stone cutting is, honestly. I should probably look at that.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm happy to do it. Not a big deal. Not at all.
Let me see, what is my stone cutting? 128. So 12% chance.
So
for
you
me.
have a 12% chance. I mean, I'm only 8% higher than you at 200.
Right.
Plus, if you've got gear sitting in your bank, or you run across one,
Oh yeah, I
right,
don't
and
have
you
any.
keep one,
That does the stone
then you
cutting
get-
accumulation,
Yeah.
you mean? Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have that yet. Don't have any of that.
Yeah. So you know what? I think I might just skip chess tonight and just grind moats.
Nice.
Because like I said, with the number of gems that I had, if I converted everything that I've got and cut everything at pristine, right? We might have your jewel crafting done. If I just had the moats. So I think
I
moat farming
don't
is
know.
probably the
I
right
don't know,
thing to do.
man. It's not that fast to front. Let's put it this way. It's gonna take probably 10 more pristine to get me to the next level, and then about 40 pristine per level for the next 8 levels or whatever it is.
I've got at least 50 pristines.
Yeah, I'm looking at like 300 more or
Converted up.
something.
Okay. Okay, so maybe not 200.
Right.
There's enough in my bag to get you much closer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that I am going to do that tonight. I am going to skip chess tonight and just run.
I'm gonna skip chests.
Yep.
The hell is going on around here? Holy shit. Oh, Sego's gonna be happy with me. Well, you know what? I should see if I can do something with that. I need to make timber, then lumber. If I'm gonna do anything
I've got a
with
lot of timber and lumber. What do you need?
I've got 603 weird wood. So I can make, what's that, 100 planks?
Yeah, I don't know how much I got. Let's see. I've
I don't
got
know. I haven't done it hardly any work woodworking,
got-
so I don't know.
88 timber and I've got 84 lumber. Yeah, can you make the weird wood planks?
Yes. Huh?
What are you giggling at?
Yeah, I can make weird wood planks. It's just that I just need the lumber.
Oh.
No, I was
Okay,
giggling
here,
because my
take
girlfriend
this
just got
lumber.
home, and my girlfriend just got home, and of course, I got the headphones on. I didn't realize that she had texted before, so when I looked up to see she just walked in or whatever, and then I look over and my phone's got the little light flashing that I had a text. So she says in her text, "I'll be a little late." Well, she just got home though, so I went ahead and while she's in the other room, I go ahead and text her. Okay, I hope everything's okay. See you when you get home.
She's already there.
So she texted me back.
Now I get to
Seriously.
All right. Here. So take this stuff I got. This was my stab at the first star metal chest.
Oh. What do you mean your stab?
Well,
I've got
we're
those. I've got the
supplying-
sandpaper.
Okay, that's fine.
What do you mean this is your first stab? I mean, you can do it.
No,
You mean if I give you the weird wood, you mean you'll do it?
No. Take the lumber.
Yeah.
You said you were gonna make Sego happy.
Well, it doesn't
converting
matter.
up weirdwood planks.
I didn't know. I mean, if you need them, that's fine too.
No, I had this sitting in my inventory
Okay.
to work up to weirdwood planks or star metal chest. But you already have the weirdwood, so take it and
All
go
right.
make the
I just
planks.
did. I still have 351 weird wood though, so I need more
Yeah.
lumber.
You're gonna need more. Yep.
Yeah. So, but it's all right. It's a start.
Saves me another 10 pounds.
I'm just gonna chop down a bunch of trees for a few minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go start running up and down the creek.
Oh, actually, up and down the creek. Oh, over by the path over to up to Everfall.
Yeah. Grab the path out here to the west, over near the Hermit,
Okay.
and then that's the river, the creek, the body of water, that leads all the way up to Everfall.
And what is it you're specifically searching for? As I get the platinum node right outside of Windsward again.
Moats.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because I use all of them. I've got every
Right.
kind of gem, so every moat is a good moat.
Yes, you do have every kind of gem. You're welcome. And by the way, if you can be bothered with it, I don't know, or whatever, but up to you. You know how eggs are a pretty decent commodity for the trading post, like I've said. Now, granted, right now their price is a little low, so I'm holding on to them. But they are a pretty decent commodity. Sumptuous rabbit is also a very good commodity. So I would suggest kill and skin every rabbit you see as you're traveling around.
I try to, but I usually save my sumptuous rabbit
Oh, okay.
for budget.
I've saved some too, but if he's not going to take food off of me pretty soon, then I'm just going to start getting rid of it. Because I got like 500 pounds of food in Brightwood for him.
Oh shit, that's damn. That's got to get him close to 200.
I mean, if he knows what he's... I mean, now, don't get me wrong. Some of the things are probably, you know, oh, that would be great, except for I also need this other, you know, ingredient in order to make this dish or something like that. That happens so often, you know, where it's like, I've given you 4 of the 5 ingredients you need, but whatever, you know. But nevertheless, there's a lot of ingredients up there, you know, and that's where his house is, so I'm ready to hand it over to him. It's like 400 and something, it's just under 500 pounds of food. So, now a lot of it is just red meat. Yeah, red meat, pork, whatever, game meat, venison.
But that still makes food.
It still
gives you skill.
It's necessary. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's probably 200 pounds is just those poultry and things like that. The you know, the raw meats. But the other 200 pounds isn't. You know. And if he's not a 200, well, now granted, I also haven't seen him on much lately, but if he's not a 200, you know, cook, you know, yet, like you said, that should get him pretty close, I would imagine.
It'd go a long way to getting him there, yeah. Because that's, of course, I can't tell you exactly what the ingredients were, but
you can tell me.
We did my cooking.
You can tell me. We're friends.
We did my cooking up in Brightwood.
Yeah.
You and Sago brought me, you know, everything that you owned that was gonna go to Crozy or whatever.
Right.
That's what I ended up with was, you know, 700 pounds, 800 pounds of food.
Right.
You know,
and cooking seems to go up pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, especially once you can start the hearty meal.
Yeah.
Right? Because the hearty meal doesn't require really high-level ingredients.
Right.
It just requires a lot of ingredients. Right? So I think there's like 6 components or 7 components. Right? But 5 of those 6 are the tier 1 things. That you've got 1,000 honey and 1,000 milk, right? So it's easy to generate, you know, 300, 400 hearty meals at one time.
Right.
Right? And that's, boom, you know, a big chunk of your level.
Right, and I think I did that briefly at one point, but I got annoyed with having to have so many things that, you know, this recipe requires this spice or whatever it is, and I was just like, screw it. And I didn't want to just sit there and keep making the same basic meals over and over and over, but that's what you end up kind of doing, you know?
Well, you know, it's the same thing as your jewel crafting.
Yeah, it absolutely
You're making
is.
the same amulet over and over and over again.
Oh yeah, absolutely is. And I mean, somehow I ended up with 139 cooking, and that's just happenstance, you know, because I don't cook hardly at all in it, and yet I'm still at 139, you know, which isn't horrible. I can make hearty meals, I think. Or at least satisfying meals, if not hearty ones. I don't remember.
Yeah, satisfying probably, because hearty I think is the one that comes at 150.
It might be.
Correctly.
I still can make 10 more weirdwood planks. It's going to require 20 more lumber. So I just need 40 more timber. Okay. Got them. Actually, I'll probably end up with extra here because of this. Yeah, oh yeah.
Did I mention anything to you the other day about seeing less bots?
I don't think so.
It's just anecdotal,
Yeah.
but it does appear to me that there are less bots around Innsward.
Well, that's good.
Me going out, and I find a lot more of the, earth spines and, all the little nodes that we pick up along the way.
Yeah.
I'm finding a lot more of them being available.
So people were just talking a little while ago also about our server population. We're probably going to get merged with somebody else again. They're saying because they were showing only 343 active, at the time out of the 2,500 or whatever the count is or whatever. They were saying there's only 343 on the server status report, for our server right now. So
That's where we were before the merge,
I know.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in the 300s. Yeah.
Did everybody leave, or did they just not come over after the merge? I mean,
Well, I know that there are plenty of folks here from the merge because you see them talking about Insipe or whatever, the Insight, whatever, that the other server and stuff, but I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so I've got some weirdwood planks now that I'll be able to give him. I got 137 weirdwood planks. That's not bad.
that's
It's okay.
that's enough for some of your chests, your hope chest.
That's cool. I've already got 3 hope chests.
Oh, you already did yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did them as soon as he got them. As soon as he said, "Oh, I'm now able to whatever," I said, "Okay, what do you need for that?" And then he told me, I said, "Here you go. Here's all this stuff." I went and got my the 3 greater runes of holding or whatever they were, or major runes or whatever they were. The greater runes of holding. And said, "Here you go." And went out and farmed a bunch of weirdwood for him. Everything I could find. Gave him what he needed. He made me up 3 hope chests. That's why I've got 3 iron chests in my inventory now. So I'm like, I'm good. I mean, 1 more hope chest would be able to replace the hunter's chest or whatever it is that I have in there. That would give me another bump up, not of 100 though, of like 75 I think, because the hunter's chest I think is 225, whereas the regular iron chest is 200. So it'd give me a bump up of 75 more though if I replaced it, and then I would still have all 3 hope chests and another hunter's and my hunter's chest, the ones that I had before in my house. I would have all of them in my inventory so that my second house would immediately be able to be stocked with the 4 of them.
Have you confirmed that you're getting the second house?
Oh, I will. I'm just waiting for the when they end the taxation benefit right now. I want to see what kind of numbers I'm looking at. Yeah, what kind of numbers I'm looking
have a better
at.
idea?
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting on too.
That's all I'm waiting on.
I'm sure that my next step is Brightwood, which was the place that I was considering first. Right?
Yeah, that's what that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Just because Everfall is reachable from either of these places, but I would have a spot a little lower. Windsward obviously is great as a hub or whatever, and then I'd have something up closer to the north. That I could access things from. And then if I get a third, I don't know where that'd be.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Brightwood, and then I think I'm gonna move my inn up to Mountain Home.
Yeah, might do that too. Thinking about it.
I spend a lot of Azoth on the chest runs.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if I had...
see, that's why what would be great is if they did a chest run followed immediately by a portal run up there.
Or do the portals while you're doing the chest run.
That's
That
fine
would be
too.
fine.
But
Yeah.
But I mean, even if they just did it after and they made that the end of the run, so you do Reekwater, you do Imperial Palace, so you do, Forecastle, you do Imperial Palace over in Ebonscale, and then you hop up to Mountain Home. By then you're drained of a lot of your Azoth. You go on your chest run, and then you go on your portal run, and you're stocked right back up with Azoth.
Stocked right back up with Azoth. Yep.
And then you just pour,
That's
and then
definitely the way it should be done.
and then you hop back home, or whatever, or reset your house, cooldown or whatever, and pop back home. I think that's. I mean, whatever order you want to do your Imperial Palace versus Reekwater, Forecastle area, doesn't matter. But end with Shattered Mountain and end with a portal run in Shattered Mountain. After doing all your chests and in all the places together.
Yeah, that would definitely help because it replenishes Azoth while you're doing it.
Right. And I get that they want that extra 10% luck, but it sure does make the run go a lot easier if everybody had been just unflagged. Then the run doesn't get hijacked.
It doesn't get hijacked.
Nope.
My heals hit them, your heals hit them.
Yep.
I can res them, you can res them. Yeah, there's plenty of reasons, But
Sure.
then they're gonna say the same thing to us, right? Well, if you just flag, your heals would hit us.
Except for, like I just said, the run can get hijacked by opponents if you're flagged, and it does not get hijacked if you're not flagged, and that's a big important thing. I'm not even concerned about my heals hitting you and your heals hitting me type of thing if you're flagged or I'm unflagged. I'm not even that concerned about that, honestly. They had enough healers with them and stuff like that too. That's fine. I don't have a big issue with that aspect of it. I mean, it would be nice, but that's not the deciding factor for me. The deciding factor for me is, are you able to complete your run? Or does your run get hijacked and you're not able to even finish it? Because you have bits and pieces of your crew over here fighting, over there fighting, spawning at the camp, or whatever, to try to get back into the fight. And as they're running, they're getting picked off at onesies and twosies because, the enemy is staged over there to catch the ones and twos that get killed in the other part of the battle, as they respawn, and then you're just in it for a night of frustration where you're not doing your chest run anymore. All you're doing is trying to, get back on your chest run, and it's not working. So that's why I'm like, if you were just all unflagged, none of that would be a factor. You just go and you do your thing. So big deal. You have a 10% less chance. Wear luck clothing. I mean, I had a full luck set on, except for two of my pieces of jewelry didn't have luck on them. But I've got, one piece didn't have luck on it, but it's got a pearl inserted in it, so that's a 0.45% chance. My other luck pieces were 2.5, 2.4, 2.4, 2.5, 2.4. So 12 and a half, almost 12.2, and then the other 0.45, so basically 12 and a half, you know, a little more than 12.5% luck. Granted, 10% more is better. 22 and a half versus 12 and a half, sure, that's definitely better. But again, doesn't matter what your luck is if you're not actually hitting the chest or anything like that, because you're getting killed over and over. Then your luck is zero because you're getting nothing. I'd rather make the run every day of the week unflagged with no complications than, you know, have it only be successful maybe a couple of times a week or 2 or 3 times a week, because half the time at least you're getting hijacked by somebody along the way. Anyway. All right. Hold on a second. I'm going to mute the mic real quick. I'm going to ask my girlfriend something. Yeah, I got just a few minutes more, basically, because we already got food started, apparently, in the other room.
Oh.
What I did not do...
Did you do your gypsums?
That's what I was going to say, is I got one present only. I haven't left Windsward. So I need to do that. I-76. Ooh, not quite. Alright. Oh, I forgot I picked up some platinum too from outside, so I can make those into bars. Hells yeah. Make
My
sure
blade,
I got this.
my life. Choose your next contribution
Damn
to
it.
our cause.
Fucking Amron again. Okay. £30. Whoop. That's good. I could go burn through. Well, let me price them. Those pristines you gave me. Alright, so Cut pristine. Aquamarine. They're going for 79. It's not that high. Moonstone. 70. Also not that high. Onyx. Ooh. 314. That's more like it. Ruby. 175. Alright. So put the onyx on. Again, I want it to sell. So if I put it on $299.99, that's not too bad. And then Rubis, instead of 175, I'll do 150, so 149.99. Sounds great. That's fine. 3 of them. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Diamonds, I've got a couple extra I can put on here. Let me make sure something first, because I already had diamonds on. I'm not sure if they sold. They might have. Sell orders. Do I still have diamond? I still have only one sold at 249. And one, what are they selling for now? Somebody underbid mine, I guess. Yeah, they're going 234 now. Yeah, there's several of them in the high 230s. 235, 239. So I don't know if you're still there or if I lost you.
I'm here.
Okay. I hadn't heard anything in a while, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, so somebody underbid me on the diamonds, but that's all right. Who knows? Somebody else might take advantage of that and come in and buy up all those cheaper diamonds. You know? It happened. I mean, I sold one for 240, for 250 basically, 249 or whatever. So I mean, that gives me a little bit of cushion to, you know, to buy other stuff, which I have buy orders out. I'll see if any of those get filled anytime soon. But if those get filled, then that's clearly the winner as far as efficiency, because my buy orders are set up for like $5. So hell yeah, if somebody wants 89, like 9,000 feathers. They're only paying a penny, but that's fine. I'll give you
9,000 feathers for a penny apiece.
Yeah, I know. I've got about 3,500 sitting in my storage at Monarch's Bluff right now, but that's only $35, so it's not worth me going over there to get it. But you know, whatever. I just gave 200 of them to, you know, to for $2, $2.08, whatever. But nevertheless, yeah, if you've got feathers, there is a buy order for a penny on them right now.
I'm gonna have to do something about that.
Get what you can.
Get what I can.
Yeah, it can be like $80, you know? Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, my inventory management skills suck.
Well, for the most part, like I said, I'll hold on to most food items, for example, for budget, but at the same time, there are times where I just go, you know, if it's the more rare items, I'll hold on to those. But like those raw meats, like we talked about, game meat, venison, poultry, red meat, pork, any of those, if I see buy orders now, I'll just go ahead and sell them. I'm not. I mean, I could do something with it for my own cooking, but I'm not worried about cooking right now, so I don't bother with it. So instead, I just sell them. You know, because I'm like, screw it. I mean, if he's not here, it's not like it's not something I can't easily replace. If he needs pork, I could easily go get him a lot of pork. You know, it wouldn't take very long. But if somebody else is willing to pay right now for him, hell yeah, then congratulations, you just bought yourself some pork. You know.
Yeah, I get that.
Boats are half. Well, actually, that's not true. That's buy order. Never mind. I take it back. Oh no, that's not. They're selling for 54 cents. They're selling for like almost half the price, a little over half the price of death motes. But it was soul and death that we were talking about, right? As the most expensive. No.
You know?
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't life. It was death. I was thinking life for some reason. It's soul that we were talking about. Okay. Hey, you gotta love it when they're paying like 10 cents for the raw meats. You know, a lot of times it's just like 2 cents, but sometimes it's like 10. And you're like, hell yeah.
Somebody who's looking to instantly increase their action, or sorry, their town standing,
Yeah.
or they've got to get their cooking skill done right now.
Wow. They're paying 27 cents for soul sprout stems? Hell yeah. And that's the part of the soul sprout that I'm not really that concerned about. You know? That just comes along for the ride after I got the soul motes out of it. I love it when there's buy orders for the base refining things like crossweave and tannin. You know? Because I sell those things. I don't even use them.
Yeah, you use the blues only now.
Yep. Blues only. I have more than enough blues for it, you know. Like wire weave, I have 1,200. You know, that's going to last me for a little while, right? Silk weave, the weave just below it, I've got 700, and people are buying it. Well, they're selling it for 34 cents, but there's buy orders for 11 cents for it. And I don't care. I'll sell it for 11 cents. That's going to get me 76 coins. I'm only using the blue, and I've got enough blue to get me by, so I'm fine with that. All right. For the base tannin, the first level of tannin, are still like 5 cents. And I'm like, that's awesome, considering that I bought all the aged tannin, the blue, at 5 cents. You know? So
Yeah.
you want to pay me for the base level the same price that I paid for the high level, okay, I'll gladly take your money, you know? I wish I could attend the Zerg, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm skipping at least the first part.
Yeah.
I need these moats.
My blade, my life. Choose your next contribution to our cause.
So I looked on the market, right? And stone blocks, the regular had 155, I think, or something like that. No, I only had like 75, I think. I think that was 75. If I remember correctly. I don't remember exactly. Or whatever. I think it was only 75 though. And it was, like I said, for 5 cents. So 20 of them would have only got me $1, you know, from the trading post, minus trading post fees. So a little less than $1. 20 of them, and it paid me $5.40 in addition to the city standing and no trading post fees. And I made $5.40 and got the town standing and everything for it. It's like, yay! That's how you win. All right. How did I get down like 100 pounds? That's awesome. Oh, did I not sell? I didn't sell red meat? Why did I not sell red meat? I'll run over here and get me a few more pennies. Better buy my red meat. Sounds wrong. There it is. Yep. Ooh, 8 cents. Not bad. 47 cents. Hell yeah. Like I said, it all adds up, man. It'll be interesting because this next update, is when they're supposed to nerf these aptitude crates. So, you know, there will be. So 2 things I would say. Number 1, if you get aptitude crates, open them now. Don't hold on to them. You know?
Right.
And then the other thing about it is that it's supposed to also reduce the amount of suspended Azoth bottles that are out there. And I'm not saying everybody should do it. Everybody should stock up on suspended Azoth necessarily or anything like that. But I did spend some on suspended Azoth. It's in Brightwood right now, I think. It's Brightwood or Everfall. I think Brightwood.
I thought.
Yep. It's like at one point it was as low as like $5, you know, but I think it's running like 20 something, 20, like, yeah, like 20 something. I didn't.
Okay.
No, it's all right now. All right, so buy orders for 15, sell is 20.45. Now, when I bought, no, that sucks. I wish I'd waited a little bit because I could have gotten it for considerably cheaper. But I bought like 1,000 of it. So
It's gonna go up in price.
I think so. they don't spit out as many of them anymore, then the value will go up because it won't be quite as freely given. It may not go up that much. It may just go up a few dollars, but even so. And it may just go up enough that I break even, or I may even take a little bit of a loss on it if I sell them. Then again, if I don't, I have plenty of them for quite some Azoth. You know? Since I have 1,000 of the bottles and they're 50 each. So.
That's a good chunk of Azoth.
That's why I said, it's just for those times when I need to fast travel from point A to point B, real quick or whatever. But anyway, the other thing I would say is because we don't know exactly when that next update's going to hit or anything like that, any skills and redeem it before, those chests get nerfed.
Yeah.
If you got one that's like, it wouldn't take much more skinning necessarily or much more harvesting to, fiber or whatever to get you to the next ding, go ahead and get that ding.
Yeah, for me, they're pretty evenly spaced out. One that's ready to pop.
Yeah. Like mining, I'm very close on right now. Tracking and skinning, I'm kind of close, but it takes...
If you're looking for skinning...
Right.
Go up to Mountain Home.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Remember how we were saying, gosh, I've skinned 10 things and I haven't even seen this thing move.
Right.
Right? It doesn't even show any yellow.
But those are high enough level creatures. They're supposed to be good.
I thought that I could see movement at each skin.
Right.
So
yeah.
So if you
getting going. Now, so like weaving, I'm pretty close to another pop on that. Leatherworking, I'm real close to another pop, I want to say. Let me see, how close am I? Yeah, I don't think it popped. It's hard to tell if it just... I don't think it just popped. I think I'm real close to it. I don't remember it just having popped, but... yeah, but leatherworking and weaving, I'm real close. Tracking and skinning, mining, I'm real close. So anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up here because I think that's my girlfriend texting me from the other room, telling me. Yep, that's what I thought.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, but I appreciate you coming and hanging out tonight, moats and all that stuff or whatever. I think I don't. Let me see if I know we're doing D&D tomorrow. Yeah, Borderlands is happening, so it really comes down to at least I'll be on in the morning, and I may go for Borderlands around also, I don't know. But anyway, all right, cool. Well,
have a good dinner.
Yeah, thanks, and I will talk to you later. I'm going to go ahead and log on out. Catch you next time.
Talk to you later.
See you, man.
Bye.
The Azoth. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead. I know it's going to be 159, but that's not horrible. And then I'll in travel to Everfall, and then I'm going to wrap it all completely up. But all right, let me just go get those gypsums real fast. Thank you. Here's the free iron and sandflux. Thank you. Do I need anything from storage here? Oh yeah, you know what? I've got 3,500 feathers I can sell. Actually, let me go ahead and get the milk. Then I'll do it. Then I'll sell them and go to Everfall. Somebody has... Bam. Nice, right? Honey? Yes, dear. Haha. We'll take it. And iron cartridges. That's fine, we'll take it. those. We're gonna take reeds? No reeds. Cool, 20 cents. Take it. Weak mana potion? No. Cool. Okay, so did we get rid of all those? Do I have that in my possession, is what I'm asking? Okay. I do. Timeless boots shard. Okay, we'll put these bullets back in bullet position. Cool deal. And then we're just gonna... Alright. And hop on over to Everfall real fast, and then we'll be done. Gonna head on over to Everfall real quick, and then we'll wrap this up and call it a night. As soon as I get those couple little things there. So grab this right here. Oh man, are you kidding me right now? Hold on a second. Have to do my Phoenix weave and my runic leather. Let's go ahead and sell the honey. Hold on, folks. This. We're gonna need to buy. No, we don't need to buy. We have. We have that. We have that. We have that. We're good to go. Let's put on Tanner's clothes. Make the runic leather. Forgot to do my cooldowns. Come on, extras. One extra. Alright, but that gets my leather working up and over. Which is good. I have more there. Okay. We're gonna put that here. Perfect. Scar hide, we'll put that there. Very good. I've got enough room. I can put. I don't have any of those here right now, but I do have hidden truths. What the hell's that one? A spear? Okay. Thought I had fire staff, hatchet. Oh, I gave it to. I think I gave it to a trader troll, honestly. Right. Okay, so from here, need to head back to Windsward real quick. Oh no, I gotta turn in something. Town board. Okay. That's easy. 15 flame, yeah, that's nothing. Like, if I just went out this way, can I find it? I think I can find it. I know I can find it the other way. I know where it is. Seven. Damn it. Come on. Was I thinking about a different spot? No, I thought it was down here. Eight, 9, 10. I need 5 more. I'm gonna be done. 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. I thought it was 15. It's 40. I'm doing that right now. I'm definitely not doing that right now. Alright. For some reason I thought 15. Nah, we'll do this later. We're going to go ahead and recall to the house. Alright, that's going to be it for us. We're going to call it a day here now that we're back in Windsward, where we need to be. I want to say thanks again to Trader Troll for coming along for the ride and everything, having a good time. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Like I said, I won't be streaming over the weekend other than D&D tomorrow night. My buddy Wolfgar runs a D&D session that is a D&D campaign that is Greek mythology themed. We're doing that tomorrow evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Secret Squirrel Games. If you want to catch up on the story, if that sounds interesting to you, about Greek mythology and Dungeons and Dragons combined together, because it's not your standard D&D setting, it's Greek mythology stuff, Medusa, Cyclops, things like that, as compared to elves and orcs and such. If that sounds interesting to you, then feel free to go ahead and go over to Secret Squirrel Games, the YouTube channel, and it also has the same logo on it that you see here, and check out any of the videos of the prior D&D sessions that we have over there. They are in a playlist over there called D&D Myths and Legends, and you can check that out, and then you'll be caught up on the storyline where we just besieged the gates of Troy in the last session, which was not actually over there on a video because we got together live for that one. Everybody did over on New Year's Eve, and we did not stream that one. But that's what we did. We just besieged the gates of Troy, so that's where we'll be picking it up, the campaign and everything. So go check that out, and you'll be ready for tomorrow, though, that way. And other than that, I should be back next week, probably Tuesday at 12 noon is a normal stream time for me. We'll see, depending. This last week's been hit or miss, and prior to that, I had been off for basically a month. I hadn't streamed. So hopefully, though, we'll get back into the swing of things and be able to enjoy some games together. So for now, though, thanks for tuning in to Secret Squirrel Games, and I will catch you guys next time. Enjoy the remainder of your night, and if I don't see you on watching the D&D session tomorrow, then enjoy your weekend as well. Take care, everybody. We'll see you later.